Ladies and gentlemen, please welcome to the stage GM Toledo Operations Plant Executive Director Eric Gonzalez, UAW Local 14 Shop Chairman Jeff King, and UAW Local 14 President Tony Toddy.
Good afternoon. Welcome to our great facility. My name is Eric Gonzalez. I'm the Plant Executive Director here at Toledo. I do share the stage with my UAW local partners, Jeff King, Shop Chairman, and Tony Toddy, President. Before we begin, I would like to cover a couple of housekeeping items. Since we are in this special event area, you are free to remove your safety glasses during the event. However, safety glasses will be required outside of this area. And also, in the event of a take shelter or evacuation emergency, employees should report to their designated areas, and the guests that we have can follow me and I will get you to where you need to be. We welcome all of you to today's very special announcement. In addition to our upcoming guests, I'd like to recognize representatives from Jobs Ohio, as well as county and local officials. Thank you for being here. We are extremely proud of our heritage in Toledo. GM has been here for over 105 years, and we've produced over 80 million transmissions during that time frame. Since 2011, GM has invested over $2 billion in our facility, which has allowed us to produce world-class 6, 8, 9, and 10-speed transmissions that support our cars, crossovers, SUVs, and trucks across multiple GM platforms. While I'm extremely proud of the products that we make, I am extremely proud of you, our entire workforce. Our team spirit and inclusiveness allows us to be extremely innovative, and this has made today's announcement a reality. I'd like to now turn it over to Jeff King, UAW Local 14 Chairman, for some additional remarks.
Thank you, Eric. Good afternoon. Today's a great day off for all the UAW Local 14 membership and the Toledo team. Together, we have overcome many different challenges in the last 2 years, and we will continue to deliver quality products well into the future. Brothers and sisters, all your dedication and hard work has paid off. Today, GM and the UAW are recognizing your versatility and flexibility of building different propulsion systems under the same roof. Congratulations, everyone, on this acknowledgement. Now I'll turn it over to Tony Toddy, UAW Local 14 President.
Thank you, Jeff. Like Eric said, General Motors has been in Toledo since 1916. UAW Local 14 has represented those workers since 1935. We can't have an event like this without recognizing the workers that came before us, and we truly appreciate each and every one of you for continuing that legacy. Thank you.
Thanks, Tony. At this time, I would like to introduce Gerald Johnson, General Motors Executive Vice President, Global Manufacturing and Sustainability, for a special plant announcement.
Well, good morning, Toledo. It's a fantastic day and a fantastic time to be down here with you. I'm glad that we take time out to recognize and acknowledge both the history and what's been accomplished and the future and what's in front of us. Before I get to that, though, I want to say thank you to the entire Toledo team. We have been through challenging, at least, and interesting times here over the last couple of years, not the least of which is fighting through a pandemic. So let me say directly to the Toledo team, thank you. for operating safely, identifying and working the safety protocols that allowed us to come back to work and protect our livelihoods and our lives at the same time and do the essential work that you guys have accomplished. Again, thank you. So I applaud you for keeping your eyes on safety while continuing to produce world-class transmissions here. I want to thank Toledo team and Local 14 for your leadership and all the work in history. As Eric mentioned, we've been together here for over 100 years. That's longer than even I realize. That fantastic world quality history, though, allows us to do the kind of investments that'll keep us here for another 100. So with that said, let me get at it. As you know, today we produce a 6, a 8, a 9, and a 10-speed. In fact, the last time I was here, I was looking at the investment that we had made in the 10-speed area that you're now running today. Tomorrow is changing. We're talking about an all-EV future, and while it's out there in 2035, and many of us won't still be with General Motors when that shows up, it is out there, and we have to find our way across a transition. Part of that transition is to do a parallel work of EV propulsion and internal combustion propulsion. And so what we're going to do here in Toledo is just that. We're going to continue ongoing work on our internal combustion engine and all the products and assembly plants that you supply with those. But in addition to that, we're going to overlay and start to introduce EV propulsion, specifically an EV drive unit. So today I'm proud to announce that we're investing $760 million here at the Toledo facility to make that happen. That will assure that Toledo is here to make sure that as we go from Silverados today to Silverados EVs tomorrow, and GM Sierra EVs tomorrow, that you will be producing the drive units for those products just like you do it for today. Again, well-deserved, well-earned, and thank you. Now, we uncovered the technology over here, but an Ultium drive unit combines electric motors and a single-speed transmission to transmit power to the wheels of our EVs. There'll be one of those in the front of the vehicle and one of those in the back of the vehicle, and I'm glad to say that Toledo team will be producing them. Along with the history of all world-class transmissions that you have here, these upgrades will begin almost immediately this fall, so that we're prepared to produce these drive units early 2024, late 2023 timeframe, and then from there on. So with that said, let me once again thank you for your leadership, thank you for your innovation and engagement, and thank you for 100 years of world-class transmissions in the past, and let's look for another 100 in the future. Well done, Toledo.
Thank you, Gerald, for your kind remarks about the Toledo team. We appreciate that. Now, let me take a minute to introduce you. I'm honored to introduce you, UAW President and Director of General Motors Gaming Departments, Ray Curry.
Good afternoon, Toledo. It's great to be here with you today for yet another announcement that GM's making inside of a UAW facility. I'm so proud of the work that's been done by all of the members of UAW Local 14, led by President Tony Toddy and Shop Chair Jeff King, who just introduced me. It's an exciting time for each and every one of you today. This is a commitment that GM is making. It's a reminder that Toledo Propulsion is here to stay and will be part of GM's evolving future in EVs. Last week's investment in Marion, Indiana stamping plant represents a commitment to transforming existing facilities at our industry to electric vehicles. Today's announcement Local 14 members now will be building drive units for the Chevy Silverado EV and the GMC Sierra EV. It's the start of a trend because our members deserve absolutely no less. I've often said that the transition to electric vehicles but not takes place at the expense of our existing membership. Investments such as today's makes our members' jobs more secure, ensures that facilities like Toledo will carry on supporting future generations of UAW members greater than the 100 years that you've already seen. These days, it's a lot to talk about UAW members being left behind as the industry shifts. Let me tell you, our members made GM successful yesterday, today, and definitely in the future. And I applaud you again, Local 14 and the GM Toledo team, for what's taking place. Let me close by saying our members look forward to building electric motors powered by the UAW-made Ultium battery cells at the first propulsion facility in the country, receiving an investment announcement. Transforming EV production. Local 14 members are trailblazers, and we celebrate that announcement with you today, and we're so proud of Local 14 and GM and this commitment. Thank you.
Ladies and gentlemen, please welcome Ohio Governor Mike DeWine.
Well, good afternoon, everyone. To all of you, congratulations. This announcement today, this great announcement today, is really a testament to you, to your skill, your professionalism, your dedication, your work ethic. So it is something to celebrate. And so thank you. As Governor of the state of Ohio, I wanted to be here today to say thank you to all the workers. Thank you for what you do every single day. $760 million investment, again, is a testament to General Motors' belief in your skills that you have demonstrated over the years. Tony talked about long history, and there is a great long history. General Motors in Toledo, UAW. What this means, this announcement means today, is that history, that is going to continue, and that Ohio workers will be building the cars, the trucks of the future. But you will be building the cars and the trucks of the future. So it's a great day to celebrate. As Governor, I just wanted to be here. Thank all of you. We look forward to a great future. Thank you very much.
Ladies and gentlemen, please welcome UAW Region 2B Director Wayne Blanchard.
Good afternoon. Hey, look. Hey, this is a proud moment for me, being Region 2B Director, to share in these announcements. What General Motors has done today has recognized all the hard work that our UAW members do every day, day in and day out here in Toledo. And me being a Toledo person, I'm so proud that GM took the time and make this investment here in Toledo, in my hometown. So thanks, GM, for doing that. Thanks for investing into the community of Toledo. This investment will not only change the lives of the workers here in the GM facility, but also in the community, in the Toledo community, which, like I stated before, is my hometown, and I love the fact that we're flourishing here in Toledo, Ohio. So, like President Curry said, this is the first U.S. Facility that GM has made this investment in the powertrain. And I tell you, throughout the region, Region 2B, we have a lot of powertrain workers that do this type of work. And for GM to do that here in Toledo just recognizes the hard work of the men and women here today and what y'all do and hopefully do in the future. So this is groundbreaking, but it can't be done alone, right? It takes a team to put all this together. And I want to recognize President of Local 14, Tony Toddy, the chairman, Jeff King, and the rest of the bargaining committee for all their hard work and the work that they've done to help put this together. I also want to recognize our regional rep that was a part of assisting them, and the people from the General Motors, UAW General Motors Department. And I can't leave out the President's office, because the President's office helped us as well to get that allocation to come here to this facility. So appreciate all the hard work that all our UAW team has done to make this day come to fruition. I appreciate General Motors and all the work that you guys have done to make this happen. So I tell you, I was in Marion, Indiana last week with Gerald, sharing an announcement that GM was making at their Marion facility. Gerald made a comment. He said, $500 million sounds better. So Gerald, do $750 million sound even better here in Toledo? All right? So let's keep up the good work, Toledo. You should be proud of everything that you do. Be proud of the vehicles that you build. I got a few friends over here. I know they're taking pride in me saying all those things, but hey, look, this is your day. You deserve it. Keep up the good work. You deserve it, Toledo. Keep up the good work, and let's transition into the future. Good luck, y'all. Enjoy your day.
Ladies and gentlemen, please welcome Toledo Mayor Wade Kapsikevich.
General Motors is the largest automaker in America. It's actually the 20th largest company of any kind in America. They have, I think it's 396 different plants on 6 different continents. In other words, they could have done this anywhere. They had a lot of choices. They could have chosen any town for this game-changing announcement. They chose Toledo. They chose you. They believe in Toledo. They believe in you. And why not? Toledo built this country. Toledo was a big part of this country's past, pioneering the manufacturing of glass, building cars, parts for cars. If we're to believe Dwight Eisenhower, building the machine that won World War II. When it came time to put a man on the moon, Toledo was there. The elevator that lifted those astronauts to the top of the Saturn V rocket was built at Houghton Elevator over across the street from the zoo, and the fibers that protected those astronauts from outer space are Owens Corning products. We can do anything, and we have done everything. We're proud of our past, but now we can be proud of our future. Look at that logo. Look at that GM logo. The GM logo has been around for, I don't know, 50, 60 years. It's always been blue and white and GM. If you look carefully, though, they made a change about 2 or 3 years ago. That M looks a lot like a plug being plugged into a wall, doesn't it? That's not an accident. That's where the future is headed, and they've chosen us to walk hand in hand into that future together. Final thing I'll say is this. This is a day to once and for all dispel some myths. There is a myth that you can't create jobs and be good to the earth. You can't create jobs and be sustainable and care about earth-friendly products. Not true. That's why we're here today. And in fact, 2 years ago, Toledo was ranked #1 in the nation by Site Selection magazine for new business investment, and #1 in the nation for its commitment to sustainability. We can do both. We can create jobs and do right by the earth. And the other myth is that paying a good wage to talented men and women, yes, union men and women, is somehow hostile to the economy, somehow hostile to the goals of job creation. Not true. We have high-ranking officials who came down from Detroit today corporate GM folks who are literally sitting right next to the highest levels of UAW leadership in this country and frankly in this continent. It's not just a theoretical possibility that you can create jobs that are sustainable and you can create jobs while working with men and women of labor. It's not just a theory. Hell, in Toledo, it's been our practice. And we should be proud of it. It's not just our past, it's part of our future. Great day for Toledo.
Ladies and gentlemen, please welcome Senator Sherrod Brown.
Thank you. It's a thrill to be here, Wayne. Good to see you again. And Ray, thanks for coming down from Detroit and the work you do. Jeff and Tony at this plant, and especially the skilled workers of Local 14. Wayne said it's your day, and he's exactly right, it's your day. Today we're here to celebrate. I want to take the one moment to recognize this is a community in mourning for two young men, two brothers, who were killed, as you know, Tuesday at the BP refinery. They were providing for their family. They never came home that day. No worker, no family should have to worry about that. The importance of strong unions like the UAW and the steel workers is that unions working together with the workers work every day to ensure that members are safe and that there's dignity in the workplace. So we should pause for a moment in remembrance of those two brothers. Today, the rest of the world is finally recognizing what Ohio already knew. That is, Ohio union workers are the future of the auto industry and the future of our state. That future starts today in Toledo, starts today in Northwest Ohio. Think about where we were 10 years ago as a nation. The rest of the world, and too many politicians, frankly, in this country, were ready to write off the American auto industry. We don't need these jobs, they said. Let them go bankrupt, they proclaimed. But we proved you never, ever, ever bet against the American auto industry and bet against American auto workers. Today, as GM and the UAW said from this stage, Ohio is going to lead the country, and as the mayor said, lead this country and lead the world in producing the cars and trucks that Americans will drive over the next century. Today, we're putting in place a new pro-American, pro-union industrial policy that this country has so long needed. And we're finally burying the term Rust Belt. For too long, corporations lobbied Congress for bad trade deals that moved entire industries and supply chains overseas. I thank Marcy Kaptur for working together with me and some others in fighting these awful trade agreements that did great damage to my hometown of Mansfield, a GM town, and great damage to this state. Ohio paid that price. Auto workers know that better than just about everybody. But today we know with this industrial policy, it's about creating an environment, creating an economy that puts American jobs and American production and American union workers first. When you love this country, you fight for the people who make it work. That's what this day is all about. Thank you to the workers at Local 14.
Ladies and gentlemen, please welcome Congresswoman Marcy Kaptur.
Good afternoon, General Motors, United Auto Workers, Local 14. It is our great honor to be with you today. Governor DeWine, thank you for joining us today. Mayor Kapsakevich for your inspiring remarks. Sherrod Brown, to all of the executives from General Motors and the great union leadership here at the UAW. At a ceremony like this today, I actually I have heartfelt feelings for what is happening here. Our family obviously has lived their lives in Toledo, and we have seen many of the blows that we have taken. People who work hard, had jobs snatched out from under them. But General Motors never gave up on Toledo, and neither did the United Auto Workers. And today we have this massive investment announcement for the future of the United States, beginning here at this plant in Toledo, Ohio. You cannot imagine, many of you are younger than I am. I remember when I first ran for office and unemployment in this region was 19%. And I saw plants literally snapped out from under us and moved halfway around the world. That's why I ran for office. I never knew it would take this long to kind of turn the wheel of the ship of state to help our country regain its footing globally. But we are about that task now on many levels. And this plant, to me, it's taken about 10 years now. Sherrod Brown and I voted for the reinvestment in the United States automotive industry back about 2008, 2009. It's taken about a decade, but all of a sudden we can see America being reborn. It makes me somewhat emotional because frankly, I've always had faith in America, but when you've seen what's happened to your dear neighbors and friends in this community that gave their lives to the automotive industry and to overground transportation, it makes me so happy to see us get up off the mat and move forward. So I co-chair the Automotive Caucus in the Congress, in the House, and I can't thank General Motors enough and the United Auto Workers for respecting the people that never gave up, that kept at it, and kept going to work every day at this premier propulsion plant in the global trade system, and you made it work. And you're going to make it even greater in the days and years ahead. So you kept your promise. Those of us who represent you tried to keep our promise. My hope is that this region, building on this announcement, will be successful at the national level in becoming a major hydrogen hub of our country. If we can do that, we will propel car and truck production into the new 21st century, way beyond where we thought before. Someone came up to me, I chair the Energy Committee in Congress, and they said, "Hey, Marcy, how long is it going to take us to take a disk and be able to impose hydrogen cells on that and stick it in an engine and start the car?" I said, "I don't know, but I'm in." And I want my community to be the first place that does that, to produce green hydrogen off of advanced nuclear and move that power into the propulsion systems of the future. So as I look at you today, I think we all feel we're all in the same family. We've taken a lot of blows. You've actually moved America into the new pages of the 21st century. I couldn't be happier to be with you today, knowing that you earn a decent wage, knowing that you have health benefits, knowing that you have retirement benefits that you have earned. And this is what builds America's middle class. This is what makes us great. And on my lapel, I have 2 pins. One for our mother, when she worked at a place called Champion Spark Plug here in Toledo, which is a company that doesn't exist anymore, but it also was in the propulsion business, energy business, spark plugs. And she bargained with Victor and Walter Reuther, great Americans who created the United Auto Workers. And our father's badge, as he retired from Jeep Corporation, not so far from here. So we come from a United Auto Workers family. We are at once with you in knowing that together, what America makes, makes America. And what America makes provides our security at home and abroad. And I know that the technology that you produce here is just the beginning of a new 21st century that will allow America to remain the premier leader of the free world. Congratulations. I am so proud of you. I am so proud of what you have done and for what you will do, not just for yourselves, not just for General Motors, but for the United States of America. God bless you all. Thank you.
Ladies and gentlemen, please welcome back Eric Gonzalez.
Well, a special thank you to our guests for helping all of us celebrate today's great news. Today's investment reflects the excellent workforce at Toledo and demonstrates the teamwork of GM and our UAW Local 14 partners. Working together, we will continue to produce innovative products for our customers well into the future. And I think it's fitting to take the $750 million and rename ourselves today. And so I proclaim that new name to be the GM Toledo Propulsion Systems Facility. How about you? And before a final close, for all of you that are in the audience today that are employees at this facility, I want you to look at one another for a moment. We've had a lot of applause for those of us who have come up here with this message today, but it's time for you to give yourselves an applause for accomplishing this day. A round of applause for all of you. And lastly, thank you to everyone for attending today's celebration and for being a part of the new GM Toledo Propulsion family. That concludes our announcement for today. Thank you.